You are at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Rusty Shackelford, who says to rant about the first episode of Primal. So, Primal is the latest and sort of a return to form from director Gendy Tartakovsky. This guy was pretty much the first name I ever knew of a guy in the animation industry. He, I believe, created Dexter's Lab. He created Samurai Jack, which was, what mattered to me as a kid because that show had incredibly strong visual style and was very action oriented. It was all about sick fucking action scenes, and it was basically unparalleled in terms of what was on, TV on Cartoon Network in particular. So, Samurai Jack, and then he did the Star Wars, the Clone Wars miniseries, which won an Academy Award or something, a Grammy, whatever, the TV one. And so, he's kind of got some clout behind his name. He's a beloved creator. And he then went and did the whole Hotel Transylvania trilogy. I haven't seen any of those movies, and I think there was something else he was trying to get off the ground for a while that never happened. So now he's returned with Primal to, Adult Swim, Toonami, or whatever. It's another mini series, and this one has no dialogue whatsoever. It's just pure action, set in caveman times with dinosaurs and shit. A ridiculous pastiche cartoon caveman idea, but played straight and serious and violent with some crazy action scenes. And I'll say right off the bat, it actually was played less straight than I expected because, Gendy Tartakovsky, as much as he's known for the fact that he has these long, silent sections in his shows, he's willing to go wordless, he's willing to have long tension builds, hold on certain images for a long time. Nonetheless, as artsy as all that kind of stuff is, he also, keeps his stuff cartoony. It's still goofy, there's still silly characters, silly interactions, throughout the stories. And while Primal doesn't go as outright comedic as say Samurai Jack would, frequently, nonetheless, it's about telling like a badass cartoon, almost comic book maybe story that while violent and crazy is still fun and it's still action packed and exciting. So the main character in this, he loses his family. His wife and kids are killed by T-Rexes, and then in his pursuit to try to get revenge, he encounters a mother T-Rex protecting her young, and she also gets attacked by the same gang of T-Rexes. Her young are also killed in the struggle, even though the caveman is helping her. But they are able to take down the giant T-Rex. They take down this whole tribe of evil T-Rexes, and at the end they team up. And, there's stuff in there that I thought was good. I thought it was great that he's got such a hardcore, heart-wrenching backstory. It's emotional. It's something that could be communicated without words that would still hit hard. And the visual design of the show is great. It looks really nice. It's got great background art, great character designs, great animation. It's honestly faster paced than I even expected. I think whereas the other shows, maybe he felt that because he had a narrative and dialogue to work with, those shows could be even slower. Whereas Primal, tasks itself to remain entertaining all the way through without having any dialogue. And it's much more of like a brutal action spectacle in that way, while, also having the pathos and the storytelling that happens even without words. But I mean, ultimately, it's about a guy teaming up with a T-Rex to fight a bigger T-Rex, and then at the end, he's like journeying with the T-Rex as his new partner. They're like gonna team up and try to live in this harsh world that took both of their families away. So it's fucking ridiculous. It's totally absurd. There are moments where it's a little touch and go because sometimes it feels like the appeal of it is that it's kind of gritty and realistic, that serious things happen, that it's, dark and The animation is so fluid and pummeling. The action when he beats the fucking T-Rex with a stone over and over again looks frantic and berserk. But then there's also scenes like he throws a spear clear through the neck of a dinosaur, or just like the emotions expressed by the dinosaurs are just like, above and beyond what a dinosaur is cognitively capable of expressing. But nonetheless, it was still a fun time. I would watch the rest of the show and talk about it in more depth, probably. But yeah, the first episode, I thought it was pretty okay. It was a decent action adventure, fun time about fighting dinosaurs. Who am I to complain about that?